Finally time to help out another race. Hello everyone, it's SK95. Welcome back to more Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition. Last time, we managed to go and take care of Rock's new life, and we even helped other missions. This time, there appears to be something going on about a strange noise by Noshi and Arthorin. Let's go talk to them. This device seems really advanced, doesn't it? It's all a bit over my head. Hello, you there. Is there any chance you are familiar with the workings of Zabugan technology? If so, maybe you could teach me? What's going on? Oh, you're also the curious type. Well, I thought I would try my hand at repairing the backpack Arthurian's always wearing, you know? But sadly, I'm at something of an impasse. I was hoping you may be able to help shed some light on the subject. We Zabugan use these to strip contaminants from the Voltant to ensure we devolatize only uniform untainted impurities. If compromised by other substances, the process could be fatal. This is why it is most urgent that the backpack be repaired. I might be able to make do of an all-purpose plug, maybe. Perhaps that's where you can come in. Could I convince you to find one for me? My friend's life is hanging in the balance on this repair job. You see? Or it very well might, at any rate. So, will you help me fix this backpack? This is going to be a backpack fixing, and also, this mission actually requires you to have something done in the Frontier Nav. Just fair warning, if you don't have the Frontier Nav enough to where then you can get Cauldros done, hate to say it, but you're not going to be completing this mission for a long while. I'm counting on you, okay? And while you're here hunting for parts, I'll keep analyzing the backpack's design, alright? I have this thing picked apart. Bleh. I'll have this thing picked apart and understood, and it won't rest until it's repaired. That sound good, doesn't it? Take a braver at least once or a while. The all-purpose plug can be found by certain enemy types by, I don't know, the guide out Glathers there and knocks them. It's not exactly hard to deal with them. They're pretty simple to take down. And time spent doing there means it's entirely smoking. And look, finding all that finding that all-purpose plug. I have a decent grasp on the backpack's general design at this point, you know. So once I receive that plug, I should have it working again in no time. All we have is one. Let's go bring it. That's the one. I'll start the repairs immediately. I think there was a volatile leak inside the backpack, which explains the odd smell, doesn't it? Does it look like you can fix it? That would be wonderful. You're always so nice to me. Are all men on this kind? Probably not. Unlike your serious Zabugan, a man don't tend to space out on promises, you know. You might have a better idea about this, actually. How did the Manon seem human like you? I'll give them a positive description. They're helpful. Their new technology has been helping a lot. Absolutely. I couldn't find anyone so eager to help me, even amongst my own people. And may I just have to add you to that list as well. Has anyone mentioned that you have a certain Manonness about you? Well, I feel that as a sincere Zabugan like you, it's easier to get along with than most of my colleagues, if that makes sense. There we go. And there. Okay, the repairs are done. I only ask you to treat it with a little more care? That's strange. My body not responding. Oh boy, she fainted.
No?
No, she won't get up. What could have happened? She might have inhaled it. You're right. She said that she was leaking from the backpack, didn't she? She's been pouring over it this whole time with barely any breaks. She must have been exposed. I'm sorry to ask more of you, but there's any way you can go to Cauldros and look for a couple of molted mums and some ore called Pantheon Platinum? I can make a devolatilizing extract from them that should be able to save Noche. Please, she was my first friend. She was the first friend I made here in the city. If I killed her, and it was a sacred volatile, no less, I just couldn't bear it. Thankfully, though, the other thing we have grabbed from here now, Parts and Plantum, I have 6 of them. Before a mission, I always check to see if I actually have the materials for it. If I don't, then I have to wait on the mission because, of course, we don't want to take forever waiting on 30 minutes at every single interval. It's not fun. For those who are curious, what Frontier Nav sites drop this item in question? The Frontier Nav sites are actually more conveniently easy than they appear to be. It also appears only in Sylvium as well, so Sylvium is also another area. If you have Sylvium entirely completed, this will be easier to drop. So, by Frontier Nav standards and sites, it's actually supposed to be ones of 101. Or that's not 101. This is 101. That's where you can find one of them. Easy to get. As long as you upload up there, they'll get it. 114, I believe, is... It's not 114. That's 114. And then 118. That's 120, 19, 16, 18. As long as you have all three of them, and it has a rare chance of dropping. They are intergalactic grade ones, and they are needed for items in the game later in the future. Big warning, unless you're looking for XX items, that item is required for actual augments that are high level. So let's head into Cauldress and actually get the mums we are looking for. They're not actually hard to find. All you gotta do is 507. 507, once again, it's actually a pretty far distance. They're not exactly far away from you, though. Technically speaking, you can find them anywhere around the area that is convenient for you. You can find them around those enemies as well, but honestly speaking, those enemies are a waste of time. We can actually ignore them entirely if we want to, by just going this way to get the actual molten mums. But there is something I want to grab over there, so we're going to be turning around and going and grabbing them anyway, just because there is an item in question we want to grab there. Also, there are pro players and sites I do recommend getting, or other treasure getting, because unfortunately speaking, a lot of the research probes are found in rare treasure chests that are hidden around the map. It's very annoying. Let's go ahead forward and... Hello, Buster Quapma. Yes, I can actually take this on. Ether Guard. Also, I managed to swap my equipment setup to that way I immediately go back to the next equipment slot. Plus, I wanted to, mainly because it's going to take a while anyway.
Get a load of this.
Ironically enough, level 50 enemies have a chance of dropping items that are around the actual files. File equipments are usually very useful and very powerful, but a lot of them are level 60, so don't bother with them unless you're level 60. Unfortunately for me, I'm not level 60 yet, so unfortunately we're not going to be able to deal with them for a while. Believe me when I say this, you are going to enjoy the next level of equipment that's coming up when you reach 60, because that's endgame territory. And, alright. Remember, and move up, beep up, beep up, beep up, up, beep, and you are almost there. This shouldn't be too hard to take care of. I'm likely going to have to switch gears with certain characters because, honestly speaking, there's a lot of gears that are outdated. A life pod. Mining Probe G8. That's actually what I was looking for. It also gives me Treasure Master Achievement, which is actually a really good one to grab. There are several treasures around the map, but a lot of Cauldress's ones that are on the map in question are more or less actually Mining Probe G8s or G6s. They're actually very conveniently useful. I'd recommend going after them right now while we have the chance. Mainly because I want to get actual new probes, and I want to build up my Meridium amount, so that way I don't have to wait, like, several hours looking for Meridium, because Meridium is a pain in the neck in this game, and believe me when I say this, you want to make sure you get more Meridium in one cycle rather than waiting several cycles for it. Over here by this actual patrol chopper is another one that's actually required on the map. A lot of the ones that have treasure items on the map for segments, usually ones that have G8 and storage probes. This one, for example, is a 20 of storage probe. We have basically got all the storage probes in the game that you're going to need. Let's go back to Noctilum and actually throw this one over here because guess what? This will boost the amount even further. As you see, I have really put a lot of storage probes entirely in there. It's one of the better things about it, and man, I am enjoying this immensely. But beyond that though, not really. So, with that out of the way and done, we actually will get more if we do that, but honestly speaking, I'm going to replace my G1s because they're not needed in the slightest. Only because they're not necessary in the slightest when it comes down to G probes. Alright, there's a few other probe sites I do recommend going for in its segments as well, because their alien wreckages are actually pretty useful to grab. So let's go grab them while we can while we're here. We will be going to Cauldress in the future again, but this is actually just faster to get this all done before going anywhere else, and our Scale Flight Module is way too good right now. Return Nav revenue, we just got money revenue, nothing else all that understandable. Money-wise, I still need to get a lot more probe money, because honestly, it's annoying to go for. But we have no choice but to wait on this. Going by flight, you can actually reach this alien wreckage right here. Unfortunately, a lot of alien wreckage usually just drops battle points and whatnot, so you won't be finding anything too out of the ordinary. You also get gravity resist gems or augments. I'm more used to saying gems than augments because, to be honest, Xenoblade Chronicles 1 is, by definition, a fun game, and I honestly enjoy that way more. I don't hate X, don't get me wrong, I love it, but it's just been so long that X is incredibly, like, long by comparison. Honk. Dive 16. Let's take care of this one. They're not going to bother with us at the very least. They're way too low level. You can get this area early on if you wanted to. There we go. There we go, indeed. In fact, that's actually a good idea because there's engine nests and alien reticularies, which actually give you more battle points. I'm not too concerned about battle points right now. We'll ignore them for now because, honestly speaking, we have a huge stockpile of them at this point, and I really don't need them that much. So let's go up a bit more because actually there's one more placement site that I really want to grab, and it's right in the middle of a volcano. Now, be forewarned, if you go to this placement site too early, you're going to get attacked with level 60 enemies. I'm just warning you all right now. I can technically avoid it and get away with it. Mount Pegrado, yes, it's named like that, is literally a mountain where there's a lot of level 60 enemies around here that are basically sound-based. Getting more of this area unlocked actually gives us more access to things I really do want, and there's actually a dang wreckage over here from Patrol Chopper that gives you another dang mining probe. Let's go and grab this one immediately. Succeed using mechanical field skill to analyze the treasure. A file. That vial is actually a very good vial. An entry resistance probe. By the way, there is a probe placement site 513 inside it. No, I am not kidding. By the way, if you try to fall into that volcano, it's a bottomless pit. You die instantaneously. There we go. More links done. We want to get more Culturous links done because, to be perfectly honest with all of you, running back and forth for this is a pain in the neck. Believe me when I say this. Plus, you want to get more links going and more areas opened up so you get more actual money and revenue from areas that you couldn't get to before. It's a lot more convenient. Now, there is actually something around here that you want to go for and grab, but honestly, you want to be outside the volcano for that one. By flying a bit up, there is enemies that are around higher level to you, so I'm not going to bother with them that much because it's just a little too risky. Honestly, I don't like going risky when it comes down to that. We're not going to bother with the engine nest. All those battle points are not necessary in the grand scheme of things, and I'm not going to bother with them. Let's go this way and avoid the enemies as possible. Honestly, we're going to have to do that anyway, so yeah, very annoying. Get over here. It's honestly a very short trip from the volcano. But we can actually go ahead and see there's a pro placement site literally over here. Alright, so grab it. 510. This is one of a dead-end pro placement site. It's honestly just one more extra length for it entirely, and to be honest, I need it the most. This one's for a challenge mission in the future, present for hope, but we're not necessarily needing it for this right now. This gives you Bojorium, which is a necessary material for things to get in the game, which I do want to complete entirely, but I want to get Cold Rift mostly done. There are certain pro placement sites I cannot get to right now, but we'll ignore them for now. There is a few more I want to grab, though, and there's more treasure sites I do want to grab. One in particular, ironically enough, is 5505, which we've ignored so many times. Honestly, having the Hetzvog is incredibly useful to just travel around the map because, man, it takes less time in Hetzvog's flight mode than it does in anything else in the game. Oh, jeez. Break. Okay. Yeah, there's also a little caveat. There's a lot of enemies. Canavilla is an area where getting more areas just equals more probe placement probes. Or more money and whatnot. 505 actually is located close by. I think it's right over here. It does, but it's more of an odd area. I don't like the 505's location. That cave also, I do say outright, is an area that you're going to have to get to in the future, and it is required for the last of Mia's missions. There we go. A big link is going down now. We actually have more done. That is annoying. That's one of the main things I want to get done, because the center of Coldros is more annoying. Intensifier, good to get. Let's go ahead back in the middle, because we need to get there, and let's go fly. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay. Not funny. Okay. Let's go in the middle, because we're gonna have to go there anyway. Go fly, immediately go up. Okay. Thanks, game. Thanks a lot. I was trying to go up, but the game says no. The game always says no. The game always likes saying no to me. Always likes doing it, no matter what. Ignoring you like a plague. Can you please leave me be already? No one cares. Okay, Quivla, I don't care. No one cares. Okay. By going this way, ironically enough, there is a crab, or rather a fort box here. But there's also a pro placement site down below. 508 is another one that has a huge link change going, which I do need to get anyway, so let's go grab it while we can. Alright, that's a huge link going. I finally have a big link in the middle of the area. This also has a high production revenue, which is actually one of the main things I wanted to grab. Also, a lot of G8s. You're going to get at least, I don't know how much, but if you go after every treasure probe in the area, you're going to have enough G8s to basically fill up the entirety of Cauldros. It's incredibly funny that you can do that here. It's one of the weirdest spots, though. Let's go to the next segment over here. Go fly, ignore that tyrant, and let's go back sunset balls for this one. Another glimpse, near it. Alright, I don't care anymore. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Hey, go up. Thank you. This is a random shelf, and there's also a lot of enemies here along level 40s. Yeah, they can attack you if you're not careful. Thankfully for my sanity, I'm at least high enough to avoid them. 511 is what I want to go for right now. And there is one more placement site, but we're not going to be able to get that one for a long while. There we go. We have the main big links I wanted to take care of, because to be honest, this is the main spot I wanted to go after. Patrol chopper wreckage is the things I was talking about before. Zigs over there are going to attack you no matter what, so we're going to have to keep our range up and be far above them in order to avoid them. One of the patrol choppers is right over here, ironically enough, which you can immediately go after and grab, which gives you another probe, which is something I do recommend going for. G6, pretty good. And also a lot of money from Cauldros, which I'm going to need, because I need more level 50 skulls, because unfortunately, until you get more all the way beating the game, you're not going to get any new skills that are really going to be helpful to you later in the future. Believe me when I say that, it's not fun, and honestly, I do not care for it, but it is one of the most annoying things in the game. Engine nest over here. Let's go and grab it at least. It's literally right here. 16 battle points is also worth it. If you head a bit north, above the rock, ironically enough, the last one's over here, but there's also a level 77 tyrant, or level 72. Yeah, I'd worry entirely. It will attack you immediately, even if you're not in your skill. Mindprep G8, that's what I was mainly going for. Honestly, more of Cauldros being done also helps me a lot more, because, as you know fully well, you want to complete Cauldros entirely, and this is one of the main things I want to do. Now, there is another item over here. There is I believe it's an alien container. Yes, it is. I don't know if this one will have a probe. I highly doubt it. I think it's going to need more battle points again. Yes, it is. And this one has a thermal resist down. Okay. That's at least beneficially helpful, and I also completed more of almost 40% of Cauldros, which is the main thing I wanted to grab. Thankfully, though, with most of the things done here, I can ignore it now and actually continue on my adventure. Sylvium and the white whale wreckage and white whale debris is the main thing we want to go for later, but to be honest, anywhere that has anything to do with NLA, life pod, white whale debris, and skells, or any other debris, that's what you want to go for in order to get more probes. That's the main thing you want to go for. Anyway, let's go back and deal with him now. Late afternoon. Okay, I am pretty sure they are mostly dead. Oh, boy. No, Shay, please be alive. Please. Have you found the molten mums and Pantheon Blothline, Adam? The color is draining from her face. She's weakening. Here you go, here you go. Yes, that's exactly what I needed. I'll just absorb those into me. I can feel the Voltant surging inside me. Don't let my friend die. There. If I give this to Noche, she should reprove. Was I sleeping? Are you okay? More refreshed and awake than I've been in a long time after that nap. Or should I feel differently? That means the Voltant was removed successfully. I am so glad. I feel like I'm missing something here, but I guess it sounds like everything worked out. How is the backpack working, Arthurian? No problems? It's perfect, thank you. And you're sure your body feels alright? Better than ever. Probably thanks to that big nap I took, don't you think? I guess we both owe Crick for all of his help. Oh, yes, of course. You have my thanks. Here's a little something to show our gratitude, if that's alright. More items gotten entirely. As I'm listening, from here on out, I'll be extra thorough about maintaining my backpack. If it could turn into a huge tragedy if I started leaking Voltant in the middle of New LA. That puts a huge burden on you, doesn't it? You're like Noche, always worrying about more about me than yourself. Still, thank you. But there's no need to worry. We take pride in these bodies we've been granted by the Gombraya. They will hold, and we will never consider our mission a burden. If anything, I'm eager to go out there and give Volatize more. That is a largely foreign sentiment to me, but if you can go about your work happy and healthy, I suppose that's all that matters, isn't it? And then we welcome home to this city, and all the wonderful friends we've made here. Yes, we, us Sulgadun, will be just fine. More done. Level up. Nice. We're level 52 already. Man, we are climbing the levels and ranks. There are more missions we want to take care of, and there is about a few of them. Big warning. This one, level-wise, I'd recommend being around the 40s. Pardon me, but are you the one of the blade-type people? Those in your office accept work from lowly outsider races such as mine? What's going on? Such boundless energy, generosity. Then I have a request, if you would hear it. One of my people named Erskine departed for Noctilum a short while ago. While it is true that the area is a source of high-grade volatile, Mira is a very different world from our home planet of Voltant. I fear it will be killed by those creatures within those woods. Therefore, I'm in need of someone to bring him back to the city as soon and safely as possible. Alright, why do you go to Noctilum? An excellent question and evidence. Rational professionalism. You blades certainly do live up to your reputations. Police evidence solely exists to devolatize those areas of the world which have gone volatile. Whenever we hear a place where volatile is spreading, we can't help but go there. If, for example, you were presented with a plate of food after days of fasting, would you not instinctively rush towards it? That state is the exception for your kind. For us, however, it is ever constant. Keeping those urges in check amongst our people was my responsibility as director of planning. But Eskin left to obey the voice of Gobria, which is etched within his flesh. He is faithful to his calling and a cherished member of my tribe. Will you help me keep him safe? Let's go keep him safe. I am in your debt. I believe he is headed for the Vasa cesspool in Noctilum. I beg you, please protect the life of my friend and fellow child of Gobria. I only added please because it makes more sense for someone polite. And Noctilum entirely cold by logic. Noctilum, its area you need to go to is 209. Alright, and we are here already. We have also managed to change up our gear, and we will also manage to change everyone up so that way they have the dang terrain resist gems. Or whether augments, whatever, it doesn't matter, more of the same. We actually have everything good and safe. We can handle being in poison without taking too much damage. However, some people will take less damage than others. As you can painfully see, Doug is taking minor damage. As soon as you get in here, by the way, a cutscene will play, even in the poison. Ah, the Voltant is racing through my body. Everything is becoming clearer. Growing whiter, closer, drawing closer to that apex. We can't do anything. We'll just have to watch him and see what happens. Yes, just a little more. Just a little more. Absent-minded. Like we have to look left and right, dealing with the program pun. Now, big warning. Lure him away immediately. You just need to lure him so you don't have to worry about the dang skull. Believe me when I say this, luring him to the middle is the main thing you want to go for, and believe me, he has jam. And unfortunately for me, it looks like I'm getting attacked in the other one, which is not helping. Alright, guys, you're not helping in the slightest. Just follow me. Just follow me. Just follow me. Lure him into the center. There we go. Now I can finally take both of them on without having to worry. Okay. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're very good, in fact. All right. Now we can finally take care of these guys in our very leisure. There we go. Now for the finish. Rhymer. And yes, indeed. I love doing this more than the next guy. It's hilarious, in fact. Ghost Walker. There we go. Primer. And then I'm going to finish the burger muffin. There we go. All of them are done. Well, that's interesting, but not useful.
Get yourself ready.
All right, Bozo. What were you thinking? You weren't paying attention. Phew, that was a votation that touched the very core of my soul. Who are you? And what are you doing in a place such as this? Well, of course I cannot move during the devolatilization process. What? I was attacked by an Ninja? And you saved me. I was completely unaware. You are right to be associated with me. I offer my sincere apologies. Thank you. I will return to New LA at once. I have caused some trouble for my people. Perhaps I'll pick them some poisonous mushrooms on the way back as recompense. Boy. Love have to tire in here. We're not going to bother this Vesper. We'll ignore it. Let's head back to NLA in peace and not have to worry about this anymore. Return to NLA at night.
By the way.
Night. Let's go and talk to him and see what's going on now. Thank you so very much, Brave Blade. Arskin told me all about that happened. As Director of Planning by Brennan North's 3C block, allow me to present you with this. It's almost sign of my gratitude for preserving life of a child of Gomita. There we go, a new hollow figure. I do not suppose it is prudent for me to say this as a director of planning, but I understand why Askunzen felt as he did. Our homeworld Budin was a paradise covered in nearly of dense volatile. I fear Mira may simply be too clean for my kind to survive here. We're all working to suppress our appetites, but with any hunger, the longer they are ignored, the stronger they become. I can understand that, Blade. You are as merciful as Gomita himself. Were we never brought to this world, I would have not have met you. That thought gives me the strength to keep my eyes forward and my feet moving despite the gnawing hunger. And that's it. Alright, and with all that out of the way and squared away, you can actually talk to them again and see what's going on. I began negotiating humans for NLA in order to secure a steady supply of Voltant. Most promising prospects here are in the industrial district. Unlike the Manon, humans use tremendous amounts of chemicals in manufacturing. Whether they produce scales or communicate the high blood amount of quantities of Voltant are always a byproduct. Understanding that, since the chemicals can be quite dangerous to you, distributing them to others is a matter of no small concern. I tend to prove that we can be trusted in that way. I hope we can secure Voltant we need to survive. Very interesting. That's their job. So, with everything out of the way and done, and in fact, a lot of things have been done, I think we're going to be going to going to the commercial district once again. Wait. Before we go to the commercial district, I completely forgot to check this. We got a new file. The Detonation Flail series. It's a unique series that's non-refundable, but it's also very powerful. You can check the skill weapons and stuff and see what the series is. You only get the little 50 variant, though. This one is essentially has nearby damage, does a lot of hits, and hits everything around it for a little bit. It's honestly a pretty powerful intergalactic grade weapon, and it's only a back weapon only. It will fill up both of your slots, though. Just be forewarned. And since it's nearby, it's going to be a little bit of an issue when trying to do so. However, it has a lot of potential. It gives you an overdrive appendage HP increase and damage GP increase. So yeah, really dang good, and also does more thermal damage. If you want to make a thermal build, this is a good weapon for you. Although, be forewarned, this will take a while to build. Now, with that all squared away and out of the way and done, let's go back to the new Founders Street in Commercial District. And we're going to end this off right here. Next time on Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition. We'll be dealing with Yelv's mission, his last Affinity mission before anything's over. Be forewarned, this mission is one that involves his partner. See you all next time.